Hey there, stampers and crafters. In my post yesterday, I told you to come back today and I would share a trick to adding a glossy shine to your cards using a common household item because Stampin' Up! No longer sells this glossy white cardstock. This glossy white cardstock was kind of cool because it did have some gloss and shine to it, but since they don't sell it anymore, I have a trick for you. So stay tuned to find out what that household item is that you can use to add gloss and shine to your card. Hi, my name is Tammy Williams with TammyLovesStamping.com, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Hopkins, Minnesota in the United States. I want to thank another demonstrator for giving me this idea. Shout out to Doreen Decibus, who shared this tip. Do you have a guess what the common household item is that you can use to add gloss and shine? Well, it's packing tape. Just simple packing tape. Everybody's got this, right? In your house. So let's get started and see how cool this technique is. I was testing it out yesterday, and I tried it with the citrus stamp set, and I stamped my image on white cardstock, and then I colored it in, and then I covered it with packing tape, and then I die cut it. And look how, I don't know if you can see that, but it's just got this little glossy shine to it. It's so cool. I love that effect. So that worked out nicely. But then I also tried it on, one thing was that my tape was a little, not quite wide enough to cover the whole image. So I had to do 2 strips of tape because the image was so wide. So then I tried it on a little smaller image, and I was using the Country Flowers die set and stamps, and I did again, I stamped my little stool on some early espresso cardstock and covered it with tape, and then used the die cut to cut it out. And this is how it turned out. So you can see that's got some glossiness to it as well. And then I used the little flower image here, and I stamped that and colored it with some blends, and then put some packing tape over it, and then cut it with the die cut. And this has some gloss to it now too. I don't know if you can see that very well, but you can kind of see how it shines in the light, right? So it's just such a cool technique. So I thought I would share you how I did it live. So, well, not live, but all right. So I've got my stamp here and my Memento ink, because you want to use Memento ink when you're coloring with Stampin' Blends. And then I'm going to ink up my image. And I got some on my fingers, so I'm going to get that off. There we go. And stamp this, and I don't have anything under me, so it might not work because I don't have, you should really have a foam pad underneath you when you stamp with a photopolymer. So I'm just going to kind of press it with my fingers on the back side here. All right. It wasn't quite a crisp image like it would be if I used a pad underneath my cardstock. But anyway, you get the idea. So then I just used some Granny Apple Green Stampin' Blends, the light shade, because when you buy these Stampin' Blend markers, they come in 2 different, you get 2 for when you order them. So you get a light and a dark of whatever color you order. So I'm just going to color these leaves in here real quick. I usually would take my time, but I know it's not that much fun to watch somebody color, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. Just kind of want you to get the idea here of how I did this little trick. Probably should be using the fine tip. The fine tip, there's a flare tip, and then on the other end there's a fine tip. And the fine tip is for smaller spots. So this is probably a better option when you're coloring something this small. And then I'm going to use some peach pie, the light peach pie. And again, I'm going to use my fine tip. It's nice because they've got little markings on either end, so you know which is the fine tip and which is the flare tip. And I'm going to color in my flowers. This peach pie color is one of my favorites for the fall. Well, it's a favorite any time of year, but it works nicely in the fall for pumpkins and leaves and whatnot. And also for oranges. I used it for this orange. It's one of our in colors, our new in colors that was just debuted in May. Every year Stampin' Up! Comes out with 5 new in colors, and then they retire 5 colors that have been around for 2 years. So this color here, peach pie, will be around for 2 years before it retires. But sometimes Stampin' Up! Brings back retired colors, and because one of our in colors this year is Pretty in Pink, and that was around a long time ago, and they brought it back. So you just never know when something retires if it'll come back or not later on. All right, so I'm done coloring. So now I just take my packing tape and go right over the top of it. And try not to get fingerprints on it, because I did that with when I was doing the stool, I got a fingerprint on my tape, and it kind of shows up a little bit, but not too bad. It doesn't seem to do it on the lighter color white cardstock, but so there you have it. So see how shimmery and shiny that is? And then I would just run it through the die cut machine and cut it out, and then would attach it to this card. I started this card that I'm going to put it right there after I die cut it. But that's my tip for today. How do you like it? It's just regular packing tape, and add it to your stamped image and have fun. Thanks for watching. This is Tammy with TammyLovesStamping.com. Take care and God bless. Make sure you go to my website, TammyLovesStamping.com, and sign up for my newsletter. Bye.